Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host of the UFC Forecast. Tonight I got my co-host Loaf sitting beside me. It's my birthday weekend. We're going over UFC 279, Chimaev versus Diaz. It's going down in Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. 4 fights on the early prelims, 4 fights on the prelims, 5 fights on the main card.
Make sure to suplex that subscribe button, body slam the like button. We really appreciate the support. So let's front kick it off with the first fight, a welterweight bout between Darian Weeks and Johan Linesse. For this one, I'm going to be going with the underdog, the Canadian Johan Linesse. He looks good, 8-1. Darian Weeks, 5-2, hasn't shown much, lost his first 2 in the UFC. I think Johan will be able to get it done on the feet, so I'm going to go Johan Linesse just for...
Yeah, I agree here. I really hope our Canadian can get it done first after last weekend. Gabe Green, really showed him some hands, finished him, but I don't think Darian Weeks has that kind of power. Ian Gary, not the best of the best, but he's doing good. People like him. And I thought Darian could get it done. And his first 2 UFC performances and his only 2 were not that impressive. So I really hope the Canadian can get this one done. So I can see the finish for sure, but I like the dog money on him. Let's go. Woohoo, our first women's fight. Let's go. We got Elise Reed, Melissa Martinez. Martinez is a debut fighter, 7-0, undefeated. She's a favorite here coming in. Elise Reed has got pummeled by Sam Hughes last fight. Her eye was busted up, her nose was busted up. I could see it happening again here against an undefeated fighter, but I could be wrong. I don't like to see people come in, debut, undefeated. It's kind of sketchy, especially when it's women's fights. But, yeah, favorite for the win, debut fighter. Loaf, what do you have to add there?
Yeah, I agree with the favorite, Melissa Martinez, especially since Elise Reed's last 2 losses were both by KO, so it proves that she doesn't have much of a chin. I think Melissa will be able to get it done pretty easy here. Coming in, she's a strong debut fighter, so I think she'll be able to get it done. I'd say most likely by TKO KO. Next up, we got a men's bantamweight bout between Chad Anheliger versus Alatang Heli. For this one, I'm definitely going to be going with Alatang. I think he looks really good. Had a good fight against Kevin Kroom, knocked him out in about 18 seconds. I don't think Heliger is going to have the same hands as he does. I think it's going to be definitely a KO. TKO early for Alatang. So that is my bet. Alatang by TKO KO.
Yeah, Alatang had the win against Dana Bakriel, lost to Casey Kenny, and the win against Kroom. Those are all notable. Chad's coming in 35 years old. Knocked out Jesse pretty late there, It was nice, but it was pretty late. I do like the pick and the favorite here, likely by the knockout, because our Canadian guy, he fights, comes in, right in your face, but the hands are down, and the finish is there, and I've been seeing it all week. So, yeah, we're going to go Alatang Heli for the win. Another woman's fight, let's go. Norma Dumont, Danielle Wolf, and Wolf has a 1-0 record, so she's probably going to come in here and destroy. Just kidding. That's very concerning. I can't believe she's here. And her Dana White Contender Series was 2 years ago in 2020. So, how is she here? Norma Dumont, Macy Chiasson is not that bad. And I think she gets it done with ease. She's the rightful favorite. Loaf?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this one. Obviously, I'm leaning towards Norma Dumont. I think Norma Dumont's going to take it. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure. This is definitely going to be a pass for me either way, because a lot of people do have Danielle Wolf for some reason. A lot of people that I've watched, and they think she can get it done with that boxing championship around her. So I don't know. If you're going to bet, leads more to the side of Norma Dumont, but I'm going to pass on this one. Next up, we got a men's heavyweight bout between Jake Collier versus Chris Barnett. I think Collier is going to take this. His hands look a little bit better. I think he has a bigger gas tank than Barnett, and his split decision over Andre Arlovsky is good. Andre Arlovsky, a former champion. So I'm going to go with Jake Collier to get it done here. Most likely by, I want to say TKO, but it could be a decision as well. So I'm going to take Collier just for the win on this one.
Yeah, I'm not so convinced. I think the underdog has great value here, 22-8. Jake Collier, Jan Vellante went to the decision with him, won it, and Chris Barnett, spinning wheelhouse, kicked his head off. And I think he could get the knockout again, honestly. But it's probably not going to happen. Let's be realistic. So the favorite's probably the best the best bet, if any bet, because I'm going to stay away from this one. Put a bit of chalk on Chris for the KO, you know what I mean? But other than that, I'm staying away. Men's heavyweight, let's go. Next up, men's middleweight bout, Dennis Tuliulian, Jamie the Nightwolf Pickett. Jamie's coming in as the slight favorite here, and I really like that. Probably going to lay some juice on that one. He beat Joseph Holmes and Starpoli by decision, and I could see a decision win here because he's going to press up Dennis against the fence, use his power, use his reach, and I just see an easy win here for Jamie, and I see a great price. Loaf?
For this one, I'm not too sure. I'm leaning more to the side of Dennis Tuliulian. I think he'll be able to get it done. Strong boxing, strong on the inside. But I don't know. This one, it doesn't hold much value either way. So I'm definitely going to be taking this one just not to go the distance. I don't think these guys will go the distance. Hard strikers. So I'm going to be taking on my bets for not to go the distance. But if you're going to lean one way, I'd say go Dennis Tuliulian. Next up in the men's catchweight bout, we got Jailen Almeida versus Anton Turkish. I'm not too sure about this one. Jailen Almeida looks really good, and Anton, an undefeated fighter. 7 finishes, only 1 decision. So it's hard to say, really, but if you're going to be leaning towards someone, I'd probably say Jailen Almeida. He looks really good lately, has some submission wins. I think that submission's a good possibility. I'm not going to be going too heavy on this, but I will take Jailen Almeida, most likely by the submission.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement here. Jailen Almeida has to be the lock of the week for me with the 100% finish rate. The guy coming in undefeated is probably going to have a 1 beside his record this weekend. Dana White Contender Series could not find the finish, and he's likely not going to get the finish against a guy with some UFC experience, 31 years old, in his prime. Jailen Almeida is the lock for me by finish. Next up, a men's featherweight bout, Mean Hakeem versus Julian Rosa. And Arosa's a good underdog, but I'm not even going to look that way. I'm going with my boy, Mean Hakeem. No questions asked. He looks solid. Michael Trezano, decision win. That was a solid victory. There's no threat on the ground. He can defend it. He's too quick, too strong. Loaf?
I had Hakeem at first, but I managed to switch over to Julian Rosa. I think Rosa's going to be able to get it done. Has those notable submission wins over Sean Woodson and Charles Jourdain. And I think he'll be able to get it done. He's one of those people that even Dana White and Joe Rogan said that people have a hard time against him. Certain styles of fighters have a hard time against Julian Rosa. I think Hakeem's going to come in there, heavy hands, stuff like that. He's going to get tired. I think Julian Rosa's going to find a way to get that submission win. So I'm going to be going with Julian Rosa by submission.
So if that's locked in, that's 1 out of 3 Canadians for Loaf and 2 out of 3 for me. I'm not taking all of them. Loaf's only taking one of them. That's all right, though. Not much to say, not much to add.
Moving on to the main card, we got a light heavyweight bout between Johnny Walker and Ion Kutala. I'm going to be going with Johnny Walker on this. A lot of people may disagree, but I'm going to be going with Walker. His only 2 reasonable losses in the last little bit has been Thiago Santos and Jamal Hill. Had that nice KO over Ryan Spawn after he ate a lot of punches from him. He obviously has somewhat of a chin, even though Jamal Hill made it look like the otherwise. But I'm going to be going with Johnny Walker. He has a good reach. He's flexible. Those kicks and knees are unpredictable. I think Kutala is a little bit of a hothead. He's going to come in swinging, and I think he's going to get caught. So I'm going to be going with Johnny Walker by KO TKO.
I don't know if I'm going to agree with Loaf on this one. I was going to. I liked underdog money on Walker. I was really rooting for him. But he hasn't got one of those knees since 2019. And a guy like Kutala, he had the draw against Dustin Jacoby, who's no joke, and a win over Devin Clark, who's also no joke, really. And I could see him getting a knockout. He has a couple on the record. So I'm probably going to take Ion Kutala this weekend and be safe. Take the favorite. Somehow I got sucked into another woman's fight, but it's going to be a bantamweight bout between Irene Aldana and Macy Chiason. And for me, Macy Chiason, she's a good dog. She has a reach advantage. But Irene Aldana's last fight was a knockout in the first round, and that was really impressive. And her other knockouts on the record are really impressive, and I can see her getting it done here. But Macy Chiason, 9-2, she's no joke. She's a really good dog to take this weekend. I'm going to keep that in mind, but I'm staying away. Loaf?
I'm going to be going with Irene Aldana here. I think she'll be able to get it done against Macy Chiason. Granted, it won't be another knockout, I don't think. Macy Chiason's pretty tough. I think Irene Aldana's going to edge her out in the striking. I think she'll get a couple takedowns in there. So I think it's going to be Irene Aldana by decision. Next up, a men's catchweight bout between Kevin Trailblazer Holland and Daniel D-Rod Rodriguez. This is going to be a banger of a fight. I'm a big fan of Kevin Holland, also like Daniel Rodriguez. But I'm going to have to side with Daniel Rodriguez on this one. I was on Kevin Holland at first, but Daniel Rodriguez is a tough guy. He's never been knocked out. Good wrestling, good clinches. Good win over Kevin Lee in unanimous decision. So I'm going to have to go with Daniel Rodriguez to get this one done. I'd say it's going to be a decision. I don't think he'll be able to get Holland out of there, but I think he's going to put up more volume for takedowns, land a couple more powerful strikes. So I'm going to be going for Daniel Rodriguez to Daniel Rodriguez by decision.
And for me, I'm on the opposite end of this one again. I like Kevin Holland. He only loses to wrestlers, and D-Rod's not going to take him there. And on the feet, Kevin Holland all day. Could be a finish on the feet. And his last one was by sub, too. That's, he has 6 of those on the record, 13 knockouts. He honestly could do either or. I like him by finish. It's my birthday weekend. He's one of my favorite fighters. He's entertaining. I really hope he gets it done. I know it's going to be a tough fight for him, but I think I'm going to take Kevin Holland to win, likely by finish. All right, buckle your seatbelts. We got the co-main event of the evening, welterweight bout between Li Ji Liang, the Leech, versus Tony Ferguson. It's going to be a banger of a fight. Someone's going to go to sleep here, I'd say. Unless it goes to the ground, Tony has that advantage on the ground. I know that for sure. And I'll probably put some juice on that for the submission. But other than that, I see the Leech knocking Tony out, and this could be it for Tony. I know Loaf's going to be against me here. We've been talking about it a lot. But I just cannot pull the trigger on Tony Ferguson after what I've seen. I know he's tough as nails, but the Leech coming in, those powerful hands, got Salikov out of there in the second round by TKO. I feel like he can get Tony out of there as well, Loaf.
I'm going to be disagreeing. I'm going to be going with Tony Ferguson on this one, even though he is moving up a weight, and he did get knocked out last time to Michael Chandler and got knocked out to Justin Gaethje. But at the end of the day, I like his reach. He's got a solid 5-inch reach advantage, and he's a hard guy to knock out unless you're Justin Gaethje or Michael Chandler. I think he'll be able to take the shots in the Leech, and I really do believe that he'll end up finding the submission in this fight over the Leech. So I'm going to be going Tony Ferguson by submission.
Yeah, and like I said, I really like that. Tony on the ground's really dangerous, and no one's going to tap Tony out, and it's going to be super hard to knock him out. So, by the end of the weekend, I'm probably going to be on the Tony side, put some juice on him. I really think he has another shot at it, and Leech isn't that next-level guy like Tony's been facing the last 4, so he is a very good dog this weekend, and nobody should be doubting that guy out.
Next up, we got the main event, the welterweight bout between Khamzat Boris Chimaev and Nate Diaz. Time to find out who the real gangster is here. I'm obviously going to be going with Chimaev. I don't think there's any doubt. I'm not going to be going with Nate. Chimaev just way stronger, huge for his division. I mean, to fight 4 times, not get hit, and then fight Gilbert Burns, a number 1 contender, and win by decision, I don't think there's any way Nate's going to get it done. So I'm going to be going with Khamzat Boris Chimaev, most likely by ground and pound TKO.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement here for sure. Chimaev for the finish within the first 3 rounds, no doubt about it. He's too hungry. He's the original gangsta, official gangsta. Label it. This guy's getting it done. He's going to be the next title challenger, and I can see him getting the belt too. He's just that next level. Gilbert Burns gave him a good go, but Chimaev, that was just an eye-opener for him. That was just a night off for him on Gilbert's best night, in my opinion. Nate Diaz has no chance here, and if it goes late, that's when the chance comes in for Nate Diaz, maybe on the ground. He has some submissions. He's never going to knock out Chimaev. Chimaev's that real deal. He has a big scar on his face. Like, this guy is definitely not getting knocked out, no doubt in my mind. So that's it for my birthday weekend. Hope everybody does good on their parlays. We're a new channel, so make sure suplex that subscribe button. Body slam the like button. We appreciate that support. Let's go.